All right, Everest Base Camp Training Volume 2. Today is Saturday, May 3rd, 2025. We got Cooper in the back with me. We are doing this trail that's on the screen right here. Staying local to Connecticut. Nothing too crazy, 1,500 feet of vertical, but 7 miles. Really just trying to do a thorough job breaking in my hiking boots and getting my muscles and joints used to, multiple hour efforts on back-to-back days. So I'm gonna do this today, and then tomorrow either do a big run. A big run for me right now is like between 5 to 7 miles. I'm not doing anything crazy. Or a big effort on the stair stepper / and or treadmill at the gym. So really just trying to work on my cardio more than anything. What I did this week, I rested on Monday. I said in the last video after Tecumseh, I did like a 2-mile loop out and back with Cooper on the way back from New Hampshire. Did that on Sunday. Monday, rested / recovered, iced, rolled out, stretched, things like that. Tuesday, did a run and a bike before work. So I did an hour on the exercise bike and I ran like 1.5 miles with my dog. After work, did push day at the gym. Wednesday, did leg day at the gym, really with a focus on glutes and hamstrings, trying to do more targeted training for hiking rather than trying to grow my quads. But Thursday did pull day, and then yesterday did kind of like another recovery day, trying to really prioritize recovery throughout this whole thing because my body's not used to doing big efforts like I'm doing. So really trying to treat the weekends as my training block and spending, multiple hours on Saturday and Sunday doing something active. Hiking isn't anything crazy. My heart rate's not going to be, 150 at any point today. Hopefully not anyways. But doing back-to-back days, I think, is really what I need my joints to get used to. So about 25 minutes out right now from the start of this hike. And yeah, looking forward to exploring around in Connecticut a little bit today. All right, so just getting started on the trail here, about 1/4 mile in. One of the things that I wanted to talk about in this video is the itinerary for the Everest trip. So when I posted this on my social media and whatnot, a bunch of my friends were like, dude, are you crazy? You can't climb Everest, you're gonna die up there. So clearly a lot of people don't realize the difference between Everest Base Camp and actual Mount Everest. So all I'm doing is essentially a very challenging high altitude hike for about 2 weeks. So starts at the end of August. I fly from JFK to Qatar to Kathmandu. And then from Kathmandu, 1.5 days later, fly to Lukla, which is the kind of sketchy airport at the base of the Himalayas. From there, each day, hiking, gaining about 2,000 to 2,500 feet of elevation per day, I believe. 5 to 6 miles a day, 5 to 6 hours per day. Hiking up to different villages through the Himalayas. So first one we're going to is called Phak Ding. Second one is more of a city, actually, called Namche Bazaar. There's a nice visual for the viewers. And then I don't know the name of the rest of them off the top of my head. There's Farashe, Tingboshe, Dingboshe, and then obviously Gorik Shep, and then Base Camp. I think that's all of them, actually. So the tea houses that we're staying in are definitely not the nicest, but kind of looking forward to seeing how being exposed to a new culture, new food, getting out of my comfort zone, changes me for the better, hopefully. Learn a lot from this. But the tea houses, as you go up, from what I've heard, the first one in Phak Ding isn't too bad. Namche is actually pretty nice. That's the second one. But once you're up towards Tingboshe and Gorik Shep, the ones towards closer to base camp, they definitely get more rustic. None of them, to my knowledge, have heat in the rooms,
So I'll just be sleeping in like a down sleeping bag. They do have heat in the common areas, so you know, you can dry out socks and heat up. Like, people have said it's good to get like a Nalgene of boiling water before you go to bed. Just keep that in your sleeping bag to keep yourself warm. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what staying in those tea houses is like. So I'm going with a company, an American company called G Adventures. It's between them and Intrepid Travel and Can Do Adventures. G Adventures had good reviews. They're an American company, like I said, and not that that necessarily is a good thing. Going with a Nepalese company is definitely best. But the reason why I picked them and this trip schedule is because I called them and asked if they could tell me, you know, who has already signed up, because this is a group trip, if they had any other solo travelers, and if so, if they could say like what ages they are. And there's 3 other solo travelers that are my age. So if nothing else, I kind of just wanted to avoid, you know, being with a bunch of older married couples or being with a bunch of couples and just being by myself. So looking forward to the fact that, you know, I'll have some peers at least that are hopefully somewhat like-minded. If they're doing this solo traveling, we definitely at least have that in common. So that'll be good. This is cool in here. Whoa. I'm not high. This is just really cool. Tarp had to come off. Had to flex on you guys one time. I don't know why I'm whispering. There's nobody out here. I haven't seen anybody this whole time. There's 2 other cars in the parking lot. There's also a serial killer on the loose somewhere in New England, so could be me. It is hot out here. 80 degrees, just out in the sun. Kind of nice. But I wanted to talk about the things that I'm nervous for on this trip. First of which is the travel there. And I don't mean the long flights. You know, it's 20 hours on the plane getting to Kathmandu in the first place. But I'm fine with that, to be honest. Like, I'm expecting that. What I'm nervous about is the flight into Lukla, because it's a very dangerous airport. It's short, it's steep, it's at the bottom of the Himalayas, and it's prone to some crazy weather. So once we land in Lukla and get off the plane, you know, that will alleviate a lot of anxiety for me. The other thing I'm nervous for is food or fuel. I eat meat with pretty much every meal, as do a lot of people. High protein diet, and they say that eating meat on this trek at all is kind of a bad idea, because they don't refrigerate the meat when they're transporting it from Lukla to the different villages. So by the time it's gotten to Dingboshe, Gorakshep base camp, it's been about a week since it's been refrigerated. So that's a good way to guarantee yourself food poisoning. So outside of those 2 things, the trek itself is obviously going to be a challenge, but I'm trying to prepare myself for that. People in their 50s and 60s do it. I'm in my 20s. I take pretty good care of myself. I'm trying to train accordingly. So in a way, a lot of people's main concern is not mine. As long as I'm prepping, rehabbing properly, should be fine. So I'm a little disappointed in this hike as of right now. I'm probably 2 miles in. It's just taking me onto a road, Farmington River Turnpike. I want to walk through the woods, so I'm just walking like next to it on the grass right now, but it better get me back into the woods, get me some elevation. Got like 400 feet of gain right now, so over 1,000 left. I'm sure we got plenty of gain. Nice view at the end, hopefully. It'll be Cooper's biggest jump ever. Let's see if he can do it. Yeah! Found a ski mountain. Letting Cooper get some water if he can do it safely. Look at this guy. Thinking about trying to go up and down that, but I don't know if Cooper can handle it. Alright, so we're at Ski Sundown. Just gonna do a quick lap up if we can. I don't see any signage saying we can't, although there's nobody here. So, at Ski Sundown right now, I realized that the 7 miles on all trails is one way. So it's actually 14 miles. It's a pretty hot day. Cooper just went for a swim at the little brook at the bottom of the mountain here. But I don't think he has 14 miles in him. I think I could, but I don't want to dehydrate him too much, end up 7 miles away. I do have water for him, and he just drank some from the brook, so he might be fine, but plan was to do 7 miles. I'm going to try to do 7 miles, so need some elevation gain training. So we're just going to go up the trail at the ski mountain. I'm dying right now, but this feels great. That's the workout that I wanted today. We're a little more than halfway, probably. Great view. Probably can't see it, but this mountain over here, I'm assuming, is the one that all trails had me going to, but I don't want to give my dog a heat stroke, so I'm gonna do this 1 rep. Would like to do 2, but Cooper's struggling. He doesn't have the cardio for it, so that's my excuse anyways. I don't want my dog to die, but do this and then head back through the woods to the parking lot. We are at 1,000 feet of gain right now. 2 hours exactly in, 3.5 miles, so should be 4 hours on the dot, just about. And keep going from here. Great day today. Love it. All right, I'm at the top of Sundown now. Awesome view. Cooper did great. I think it was like 500 or 600 feet of vertical to make it up. So I'm gonna grab a quick bite to eat at the top here. Just eat one of my protein bars, give Cooper a treat and some water, head back down. Leaving Sundown right there. Back into the woods. Go ahead, Koopy. We meet again. Come on, Koopy. You got this, buddy. Yeah! Good job. Found today's challenging water feature. Over there. Oh, this is easy. Come on, Coop. Big step. All right. All right. We made it. Good job, Koopy. Take my eyes off him for 5 seconds. He's disgusting, just playing around in that mud right there. Gross. All right, we just got back to the car. I took Cooper for a little swim afterwards to try to clean him off from all that mud. He's soaking wet, but at least he's not dirty. Stats from today: 7.9 miles, 1750 feet of elevation, about 3 hours, 45 minutes. Technically total time about 4 hours. Almost 2,000 calories burned, so I'm hungry. But good workout today. Definitely feeling it in my knees and my toes, which is where I want to be. That's the kind of strength I'm trying to build right now. So try to get another day in tomorrow. I'd like to do at least 2 hours of something tomorrow, whether it's, you know, treadmill, Stairmaster, weightlifting, but ideally time on the trail just to get myself more practice. All right, it's Sunday morning. Just got back from my run Ended up doing a little over 5 miles, 5.15, average pace 9:36, total time just under 50 minutes. So great workout. Knees, hips are hurting, but better to hurt now than when I'm on the trek. So that's why I'm doing this. Thanks for watching. Be back in another week or so with another update.